Go f yourself. And the next time I see you, I'ma cancel Christmas on your ass.
Now, many of you guys will know I pay close attention to interviews from the showrunners of Force, Ghost, and Raising Kanan. Interviews and quotes from showrunners that come out during the season and during the Power Off season from actors across the Power universe, because it is great to put perspectives on their story, the character journey, and just the overall psyche of the characters. I mean, what better way to understand a character and the reasons and motivations from the actor who plays that character? For example, nobody knows Tommy Egan better than Joseph Sikora. So having said that, boy do I have a juicy exclusive for you guys. The showrunner of Force, Gary Lennon, he recently did an interview where he teased that he's thinking about writing in an OG Power character into Force's Season 3. So without wasting any more time, according to an article on The Messenger, this is exactly what he said. A couple of times throughout the season, it was brought to him, do you want to bring back so-and-so? Do you want to bring back this character? And he was like, no. I think one of the weaknesses for the first season was that there were too many storylines to follow, too many characters, and I wanted just to focus on the characters that we had. And so as a storyteller, one of the dilemmas he had taking over season 2 was that he needed to constrict and contract the storylines at the same time. Now here's where it starts to get really intriguing. He went on to say this: if I was given a season 3, I do have a story in mind where I will bring back a character from the Power OG world to intersect with Tommy Egan. I think it's a really cool, interesting reveal. I think that character intersecting in our world would make absolute sense, and he or she, which isn't specified, would really do dirty things in a good way that would really excite him to write. Now I think one thing we can rule out from the get-go is an appearance from someone like Tasha, Tariq, Brayden, or anyone from the world of Ghost. The reason why we can rule them out is because the timeline just doesn't match up for any of them to appear in Chicago. Tommy is yet to go back to New York, and those events that we saw in Ghost Season 3 will coincide with Force's Season 3. So as much as Power fans do want to see Tariq, Brayden cross over to Chicago, or vice versa, and these guys possibly meeting D-Mac and Tommy Egan, I think it probably won't happen. I'm not saying it will never happen, but it just needs to make sense for the storyline and timeline, because the actors are certainly up for it.
We need the crossover, bro.
When I saw you guys in Chicago, I was talking to the Force writers, and they're like,
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Bro, there's no reason that we shouldn't be crossing paths.
yeah.
So who could Gary Lennon have in mind? He spoke about a Power OG, and when we think about Power OGs, there aren't many that are left. There was a bloodbath towards the end of Power, and a whole host of characters went to Power Hell or Heaven. So who could the main character be? Of course, a lot of people will automatically be thinking Ghost, and I'm sure the comment section will be full of Ghost talk, but I really do think that is highly unlikely, only because I don't see him coming back as an alive character. It makes no sense for the storyline, and if it is in a hallucination scene, I think it's probably too soon. Eventually I do expect Tommy and Tariq to both see Ghost in a hallucination, but I think we're probably a while away from that happening. Now if you guys think Gary Lennon is talking about Ghost, then let me know why you think so in the comment section, but at this moment in time, I don't think he is. Although I do think he will return when the time's right, and I've always believed the Power universe started with Ghost, so it should end with Ghost, but let's see. Now what about 2-Bit? 2-Bit is a character that the Power fans have been questioning for quite a few seasons. He told Tariq he was going to come back to collect cash at the end of Ghost Season 1, but he disappeared for the entirety of Season 2. He came back in Season 3 because of the letter from Sax, but where has he been in the meantime? 2-Bit is a character who does have a bit of history with Tommy Egan. They worked together for a brief period of time in Power, and this is how they left their relationship back in Power.
Oh, by the way, I took care of that nigga Dre.
My man. We straight, 2-Bit. You keep your head up in there.
So could Gary Lennon be talking about 2-Bit? You do have to think at some stage Tommy will need some allies, especially with the way the storyline is heading. He lost Liliana but gained Diamond, but many of you guys know I have been saying that I do feel like there's tension brewing between them, and at some stage I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw Diamond versus Tommy. Now if that happens, Tommy will definitely need some backup, which 2-Bit can provide, so let me know your thoughts on 2-Bit. Now with this next one, I am thinking a little outside the box, Elisa Marie Proctor and the Italian Mafia. For those who have some spare time, if I were to tell you to rewatch one episode of Power, just one, it would be Season 6, Episode 13. I really do think 613 was filled with so many hidden clues and foreshadows. There is no way Elisa Marie Proctor doesn't pop back up in Tommy's life in the future. In the Power Off season, I also created a thread around the lingering threat of Elisa Marie Proctor in Power Book 2 Ghost and Force, and even though she's just a kid, she was very wise and strong for her age. She also comes from a family with rich ties to the Italian Mafia, with Uncle Carlo, but most importantly, Tommy did kill Joe Proctor with the help of Tariq St. Patrick.
But whether I did it or not, it don't matter. But if you want to come and see me about it someday, I'll understand.
So do I expect them to cross paths at some stage in the future? Of course I do. This was a huge clue, and I really do feel the writers will revisit this. Now whether that's in season 3 or a lot later, who knows, but this is something I do think and hope that they do come back around to. Now with all of that being said, let me know who you guys think Gary Lennon is talking about. An OG power character that would do dirty things in a really good way. There aren't many characters left that are alive that they can bring back, so it does shorten the options. So I am intrigued to see what kind of theories and predictions you guys come up with. So drop all your thoughts and predictions down below in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.